So, be sure to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Horrormino to hear more about how much I love Jake Monroe.
Oh, I say, not that buffoon.
What?
His music taste is early metal, if anything, and despite him clearly not being goth, he exploits our title for views.
Title? Dude, it's a label. Just let him do what he wants.
What is your name, sir?
Paul?
Well, nice to meet you, Paul, the poser. I am Edmund the Elitist.
I knew it! I knew it! By the magic of Chris Angel, I hereby banish you, elitist scum! Hello YouTube, Zachnophy Aconite here, and the source of the inspiration for this video came initially from my Jake Monroe rant. And the topic is why titles are not labels, and the reason that so many opinionated little novices, posers, whatever you want to call them, seem to get it so hilariously wrong. As it turns out, a lot of people just generally seem to consider that word, goth, like it's a title. Not a title, like it's a label. And, the reason I say that it's a title is because the word title usually functions for something that, like a book, is significant but still not sentient, you know? It's something that, you know, especially if it's an educational book, you can learn from it, right? You give it a title, not just some trivial label that you could slap over any random thing, because labels function more like adjectives, and that's how most people, especially the ones that aren't too clued in, they wind up calling goth like some, you know, like, oh, is this, or this, you know, whatever, is this goth? Like, they'll hold up a metal music CD, is this goth? No. That's like asking if it's country or if it's punk. It's all music-based. And the reason this, not that, it should even be an argument, but the reason the argument even exists is because these people are arguing with their feelings and not the facts. Alright, you remember that episode of Family Guy where the guys are going, feelings? The old man's all like, I'm gonna put an end to all this. You remember that? It's the extended version on YouTube, if you can find it. It's even funnier, but that's pretty much the general argument in a nutshell. And, I'm guilty of this too. Especially my writing style was especially never what it once was. These days it's more like, how I think my sentiments out, but I can't actually say it because there's just, too fucking much. And just too much that I want to write down a certain way. I have more time to do that. I guess that's why I swear more when I talk, is because I'm looking for the right words and, nothing, it's coming out. But yeah, no, it's always, for instance, way back when, 4 or 5 years ago when I started YouTube, I just recently discovered the guy, Alan Jr., he's not goth, but, any more than his music taste, really, but he, much like goths, has been lumped into the same, category that people like to hate on or whatever, they used to come onto my channel, right, because I was, doing my damnedest to white knight the poor bastard, going in, telling them the facts, being easily the most meaningful thing out of all those commenters as a whole, even those defending him for, his trivial little, his so significant aesthetic or whatever. And generally I've been told I'm the most meaningful thing there for whatever reason, and predictably enough, all these haters against goth came to my channel, came to all my videos about, why goth is not a phase, or why goth is, whatever, facts that I was doing way back when, why goths aren't attention seekers, which even that one was a little misdirected since I was mostly talking about the aesthetic just for, the sake of relating to outsiders to it who only see the aesthetic. But, yeah. A recent phenomenon has, especially with my Jake rant, I've noticed going through my equipment, just analyzing everything, I've noticed that, not that you can see them because I disabled ratings, but, out of public vision, I'm looking down at the ratio to likes to dislikes. Not that it matters since they're still giving me views, right? They're still bringing attention to the cause. But yeah, no, I shouldn't say the word attention. Yeah, no, that does make us sound like attention seekers. Awareness, I guess, would be a better, phrased way of that sentiment. But yeah, no, the haters that hate on me defending Jake, fake Monroe, Poser McGee. He's basically the new Richie from Social Repose. There's always gonna be one of these guys. There are a dime a dozen almost. It's just so few of them are ever on YouTube because I guess they're as clueless as the rest. I don't know. I don't even try thinking about what they're feeling because I'm just too rational for that, or at least I try to be. I sure as shit try to be. They've just given up because even the elders are defending me. Particularly the likes of Wildridge Ramblings or Angela Benedict, they'll jump into my comments calling these dumb shits out. And just so you know, for every one of those piles of likes the haters get while arguing with me, I'm always hearting everyone else that's on my side. So you don't get any hearts, or I think I only hearted like one of your comments just because it amused me so much. It was like going, oh, this nerd is supposed to be goth. Is it the glasses? Yeah, I'm a nerd, but I'm also a goth. Who else do you think would rant about Jake Monroe wearing a Sisters of Mercy shirt? But yeah, obviously, if somebody who was there during the birth, the beginning, the initiation of the scene, the subculture, the lifestyle, the art style turned lifestyle, if they're the ones defending me, I must have some facts at my disposal. I don't have to stockpile a shitload of dislikes and, throw hatred and, just random vulgar little comments against, based on emotions and bitterness. I've already spent too much of my life, especially on social media, being a bitter twat, okay? I'm doing my damnedest to become the best version of myself that I possibly can. I've been complaining less, I've been telling more jokes. That's why the nature of my vlogs especially turns out the way that it does. I'll be, at some place like Spirit Halloween, there'll be a stereotypically feminine-looking little mannequin up on the shelf. I'll have my phone out being, oh, wow! And then I'll turn just slightly to the left and zoom in on a mask next to it and go, I've been looking for one of these for a while, something funny like that, right? I turned to humor. I turned to the facts and, just based my jokes on that. That's why I've got these two characters. Edmund the Elitist, Paul the Poser. You might have even seen them in a few of my previous other, rants or whatever the hell. I think, not that it's the most orthodox technique to be educating, rookies into the goth scene, just doing all this as venting in and of itself is already kind of like complaining, but I guess the only reason it feels more like a revelation is because I'm throwing in as many jokes. It's almost like watching Duckman. But yeah, no, I used to be damn bitter, especially just because I was so hard pressed for jokes and for positivity. Back when I was like 17, 18 years old when I started YouTube, I was venting at the channel called Goths Doing Things, saying, oh, wow, you just defended pagans and goths. That's low even for you posers. I was using the poser word left and right like an actual elitist, which blows. So I've been on both sides of the spectrum. You can believe that. I was, at a point in my life, I was just, I should have just stayed away from social media as a whole, YouTube especially, because I was saying and doing stupid shit, that I really shouldn't have been saying or doing. Nothing too drastic. I mean, obviously it was just more humiliating stuff, if anything. I'd even wager to say that just because it was so raw and because it was so bitter, that that's really the only reason it was bad. Whereas the jokes I'm telling now, as bad as they are, at least it's all in good fun. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, right? Obviously Jake and those that defend him, the ones that hate on me, they're not like that at all. They're very bitter. They're like the social justice warriors who banned me from Gothic Amino is what they are. It's the same self-entitled little, oh, but I feel this or I feel that. You don't have any fucking facts. I just found out a while back that those should I just say it? Those cunts were calling me an incel. Do they not know what an incel even fucking is? Okay. the word in and of itself means involuntarily celibate, and it was created by all these dumbass self-entitled little he people. It doesn't matter whether they're boys or men. Obviously they're guys who think they're they think they're involuntarily celibate, and the problem is the women and how they won't these women won't fuck me, or these women won't they orbit around. They think that being kind and showering her with little unconditional love is going to get them somewhere with these women, and I was anything but kind on that Amino. Especially towards posers, like actual posers. If anything, especially with women, lately, especially the younger ones, I'm at that point where the only thing, I wish, if anything, if they owed us anything, I wish it was avoidance, is what I wish. So yeah, not only am I the furthest thing from an incel, not that I need to prove that, but at least I argue with the facts. And all these emotionally driven idiots. It's good for comedy. I mean, I wouldn't be making these videos if it wasn't for the sake of the jokes. But, it's whatever. Hopefully my next video will be a painting video. I'm doing my first ever public landscape painting, which I don't hardly know the... to my knowledge, I think it's an actual place, so... later on, hopefully you can maybe educate me a little more on that. I only know the image. I don't hardly know where it is. But yeah, I think I've vented enough. All these way back when, I'm trying to look down at my notes here. Even with all these people claiming that they've got, top 10 list of their favorite goth musicians or whatever, it'd just be people wearing black clothes that happen to be rock musicians, and I'd go through the comments looking through all of that, back when I was educating myself, and I was like, well, these people are saying one thing, these people are saying another, it's not fair to the, I wouldn't say clueless, just at the time ignorant, because, stupidity and ignorance is two different things here also. When you're stupid, you don't care to know any better, but when you're ignorant, it just means, you have yet to be educated. So these people, they don't hardly know how to get into goth. They don't know the basis, the fundamental focus of it. It's not fair to them that Fake Monroe or Richie or whoever the hell, Onision especially, not that, that son of a bitch needs to be mentioned anymore, or less. But yeah, no, all this misdirection, it's not fair, it's not funny anymore, it's not cute, it's not gonna get you anywhere. The poser battle is a losing battle. And if even the, elders are defending me in this argument, clearly you're doing something wrong. If you like, please like. Feel free to share your obscure little thoughts in the comments below, as well as to share the video itself. Subscribe if you wish to see more. Don't forget to hit the bell if you do. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I love you all. And even if you are an elitist, you're not the worst thing against goth. Posers are. But it'd be better if you're neither. Don't be on the spectrum.